Thank you very much, and I want to thank to our witnesses for being here. I'm going to change gears just a little bit. Here in the United States, we responsibly and ethically produce our abundant energy and natural resources better than anywhere else in the world. And when we do, we're able to bolster our economy, create good-paying union jobs, and raise much-needed revenue for the federal, state, county, and local governments. We have a decision before us today. We can either develop our own energy and minerals resources here, enjoying all of the economic benefits that come with it, or rely on foreign adversarial nations like China or Russia. I'm glad that under the Trump administration and congressional Republicans, it's clear which path we'll take over the next 4 years. While this morning's hearing has focused primarily on economic impact of developing Americans' abundant energy resources, I want to focus on the incredible prospect we have to develop our nation's critical and other non-fuel minerals, including the tremendous mineral wealth we have in the Duluth complex and elsewhere across northern Minnesota. According to the U.S. Geological Survey's latest data published earlier this year, the development, processing, refining, and recycling of non-fuel minerals in the United States contributes nearly $29 billion to our nation's GDP annually. That's even while this nation is stuck currently with the Biden-era policies that have locked up a vast majority of our nation's critical minerals, like those in the Duluth complex in northeastern Minnesota. It's policies like the Biden administration's mining ban and the Superior National Forest in northern Minnesota, which locked up over 225,000 acres from responsible mineral development. And as my colleagues all know well by now, this jeopardized development of the Duluth complex, where there are trillions and trillions of dollars of mineral wealth. If we are able to develop our tremendous mineral wealth in Minnesota, Arizona, Alaska, Colorado, Idaho, Nevada, Michigan, Wyoming, Montana, and everywhere in between, that $29 billion annually added to our nation's GDP will skyrocket. I want to point out a figure that when we talk about mining from the raw material, the gross domestic product, to our economy, I just mentioned $29 billion. That's just the original estimate on the GDP. It doesn't go downstream, which is hundreds of billions of dollars that we can add to our GDP annually if we're allowed to mine those critical minerals here. We have to mine them, process them here, and then we can manufacture here. Mr. Sweetnam, while your testimony and research has focused primarily on oil and gas development, including the impact that domestic production of oil and gas can have on OPEC's ability to control oil and gas prices, I believe the same arguments can be made for global mineral commodities. Would you agree that just like the oil and gas development, domestic critical mineral development would weaken China and other adversarial nations' control over global mineral prices and their ability to artificially manipulate mineral commodity prices?
So the concentration of these strategic minerals, especially those needed for wind turbines and solar panels and batteries, China dominates not only the extraction and processing, but also the refining of those materials to an extraordinary degree. So where OPEC Plus has a market share of about 35%, for many of these minerals, China has a market share of 80%. And they've been happy or willing to use that, dominance when they want to put economic leverage on other countries. So I absolutely agree that the concentration of those minerals and processing in China is a security risk, and it would be helpful to address it with U.S. production.
I really appreciate, with my 20 seconds left, I really appreciate that comment. We can mine here, we can process here, we can manufacture. We do it better, in my opinion, better than anybody else in the world. And when we know better, we should do better. We cannot allow adversarial nations to control our destiny. As the Undersecretary of Defense and Undersecretary of Defense said when I asked, what would it be like if China stopped selling us our critical minerals? And it'd be devastating and dangerous. Department of Defense and Energy Undersecretary said that to me. It would be devastating and dangerous. When we know better, we do better. We do it better here in the United States of America than anywhere in the country. I yield back.